Aloha, namaste. Greetings to you on another beautiful day. Thought I'd give you a little bit of a view while we talk a little bit. So yeah, let's remember first of all, howdy, I'm glad you're here, and kindness matters. Didn't get the greatest view of the cup. Yeah, okay. So I thought I'd do a spontaneous spiritual talk about meditation practice because I was speaking to a friend of mine yesterday, and she was talking about getting sleepy. She has a very busy life and she meditates in the evenings and it makes her sleepy. And so one of the things, okay, I'm holding you out. This is good physical therapy. One of the things that we have to be aware of with our meditation practice is called it's called oblivion. So there's two big hindrances to the meditation, to achieving true meditation, and that is oblivion and distraction. Now, distractions we're all familiar with, we understand, and we can deal with the distractions, if we're honest, a little bit easier. But oblivion, this is a hole you can fall into and never recover your practice, or it can be really hard. So in Mahayana and Dzogchen, Vajrayana, there are two things you achieve in meditation. I mean, Vipassana is in all of them, but okay, so Shamatha and Vipassana and or Vipassana. So these terms, calm abiding is one of the first things you achieve in meditation. That's where you're calm, you're aware, you're looking at the mind, you're doing self-inquiry, you're realizing the nature of the mind, and the true state of the mind, and the unnecessity of the mind, and the fact that you can tame it. It's like a tiger in a cage, kind of, or a monkey, and or an ox. Okay, so that's calm abiding. You can look, but the second part of that is vipassana, right? Which is, forgive me if I'm butchering the term, which is where you're cognizant, lucid, you're still in calm abiding, you're still in a state of equanimity, all is equal, all is empty, but there's a luminous, it's called the ground luminosity in deep Buddhist teachings, and that's the essence, the original so-called state of things. And when you're in that state, you're in the calm abiding, but you're not sleepy at all. You're really ultra aware, extremely lucid, and cognizant. And if you're not experiencing that and you're finding yourself sleepy with all kinds of thoughts just pouring into your mind and distracting you, and then you start to feel sleepy, you're falling into oblivion, which is the void. And that's called the all ground in Buddhism, which is the apparent realm, the 2 times 2 equals 5, the physical sense of being, your personal sense of self, what they call the ideated or individuated ego, right? You see, your true state is beyond that. Your true state is always an abiding, intrinsic, naked, right? No ideas cling to it, no things, no subjects and objects. Lucid, cognizant awareness, right? And it's always there, it's abiding, it's intrinsic, it's your true nature. You can't leave it, it's your home. It's naked because it doesn't have any concepts or ideas or notions, right? It's naked of all those things. It's naked of the mind. Awareness doesn't need the mind. And once you rise through consciousness, see, consciousness still has a sense of itself. Like if you were a mirror reflecting with no will of your own, just reflecting equally everything around you, as soon as you were to focus, or someone is to focus in on a subject in the mirror or an object, then you've got consciousness, then you've lost the essence of the light, and it's become conscious, and it's become the all ground instead of the ground luminosity. Okay, now those are terms. The thing about our meditation practice is that there's no shortcuts. I've said this before. And, you know, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I took some breaks. I had my wild times, but it's brought me through so much. It's brought me through every kind of hardship you could think of, just everything, and I mean severe and extreme. I must have really asked for it this time because I wanted to get through it and let go, right? Not come back. We've been here billions of times, right? And everything that's cognizant or everything that's conscious or uh, aware. That's not the word I'm looking for. It'll come to me. Um, all sentient being, right? So everything, even though this is an empty phenomenal realm, there's sentience here. There's awareness. There's sentience in humans. There's sentience in animals. There's sentience in insects. There's sentience in plants. There's sentience in rock stones and planetary realms or planes. There's sentience in solar systems and cosmic and galactic and universal, and really it's an infiniverse, right? It's beyond needing notions or ideas or individualities. Okay, so people are so afraid that they're going to lose something when they do this deep work. You don't lose something, you gain everything. You give all to all, and it's given right back. Giving is receiving. And yes, we raise our frequency. Yes, we eat right. We don't harm the earth with our diet. We don't harm others with our actions and our words and our thoughts. And we cultivate and maintain a sense of equanimity and peace and abiding joy. Now, these aren't easy things, especially in a crazy world that's constantly bombarding you with hypnotic suggestions. Just here's a little clue. One thing that can really help you is all thoughts are just images in mind, right? And everything in the mind is just an image. It can be erased immediately. The mind can be completely wiped clean, and be open and lucid and shining and at ease, right? But we have to do the work. It's not always easy. Some days we're just floating and we really are clear and we're attuned to the higher frequencies or the higher state of awareness beyond frequencies, because frequencies are still part of consciousness. And yes, you rise in consciousness to where you realize the awareness, the always already isness, right? Which is really beyond is and is not. But yeah, there's a lot of work. There's, taking control of your body, taking control of your mind, and then staying in that place, and then practicing whether you're walking, sitting, eating, pooping, sleeping, whatever it is, to always be doing the yoga, always be doing the union, remain as that state. See, words are really tricky, even though, and I'll read you a poem, even though I'm a wordsmith, it's not always easy. So, because words are just, they fall short. Words and thoughts can't really explain the actual, the factual, the true. But just like the view, it extends, and as we make amends within ourselves, really it's always with yourself. My brother and my mother, my enemy, my friend, they're all the same awareness I am. And in this realm, it's one consciousness. And above that is the singular, the singularity, the unity, the unitive state, right? Of conscious, it's not even conscious, it's abiding intrinsic awareness, right? Naked, lucid, cognizant, equanimous, equanimity and equipoise, right? Equal in its nothingness, equal in its allness, equal in its light. And so why are we here? What is this world about? I'm going to tell you you're here to raise children and to do a good job and all that. No. That keeps the cycle going. We're here to break the cycle, to get out of cyclical existence, to stop being born, getting old, suffering, and dying. The Buddha was clear about that. Christ Yeshua was clear about that. Krishna was clear about that. The Hebrew mystics, everyone's been really clear about that. If you look, the Tao, if you look in the true traditions, it's there. It isn't to make yourself a great person. Now, the more you abide in this state of awareness and the more you practice and cultivate, the abiding joy and the peace and grace through the gnarly circumstances, the better off you'll be, and the fewer lives you'll have to return. I'm really trying to do it all this time. That makes it very difficult. And of course, who is this I doing that? We have to ask those questions. What is the mind? How does it function? Where do thoughts come from? Where do they go? Right? Who is I? What is I? Is there an I? So The great thing about the infinite nature of awareness, remember, it's omniscience. It's the Akashic record. It already knows everything. It's beyond what you think physically, right? That awareness has every answer in it. So it really does know peace. And remember, every question is two-sided. The answer goes with the question always. Do we hear it? Do we see it? It's really hard because we're answering for ourselves whether we realize it or not, right? It's to be open and to be learning every day. And that's what I was going to say, is that you really do grow. You really continue to remain being a student, and no matter what you've mastered, look at the masters. They were like that. They were masters, but they also remained open and continue, you know, to walk the walk, talk the talk, do the do, or don't do the do, right? Doing, undoing, doing, not doing, wu wei. So, okay, don't have a lot to say today. The last poem I wrote was on Friday the 13th, like a week ago. Today's Thursday, so last Friday. Okay, it's called Through and Forever, number 1/8. I'm trying to hold you and read it, so here we go. Hold on. Through and Forever, number 1/8. This is for you. Fly to soar. Then soar so purely that you disappear in mid-flight. Beyond the approaching night, you soar until tomorrow fades. Like the sun, into the threatening clouds. Pierce that far horizon. Let the rainbows be all that you leave behind. As the echo of your dancing song journeys into infinity, and you know the I, and continue to fly through. That's what we're here to do. Because love is you. So I thought what I was going to do, next chance I get, I'm going to be busy for a while, it's a busy season around here, is make you some talk story videos. I usually don't like to talk about the story so much because it's not true in actuality. In the deep fact of things, this never actually happened. You're not here and you never were. But we have to realize that, or so it would seem. And you're going to have experiences, you're going to have glimpses, they're amazing, and then you're going to go, what happened? Most of us, some don't. And you're going to have to continue because it's worth it. It destroys your life as a human, but it builds it up as being, right? So you just have to be willing to let go. It's not easy. There's a lot of people struggling. There's always someone that's got it worse. So I thought I would do videos talking about some of my mystical experiences, like, wow, really amazing stuff, and healings I've had, and just stories of difficulties I've faced and challenges, and I'm facing it right now, actually. But, just remember this. So say that you went to your mailbox or your email and you got a message from the IRS or the state of California or wherever you live, and it said, California, they're thugs, the franchise tax board. Say they sent you a bill for $1 million and said, you owe tax plus interest $1 million, pay now. And then the next day you get a lottery ticket and you win $1 million. Yeah. Okay, so showing how you react to the good or to the evil, to the bill or the win, is going to show you where you're at mentally. If you can maintain a sense of peace no matter what, realize this too shall pass, that this is just a phenomenal realm, and that, everything here is temporal and temporary, physical, subject, object, things, right? Nothing lasts, nothing. Anything that you lay up here is gone, right? Moss, what does it say? Moth and rust and thief will take, right? Because in time and space, nothing is, everything is changing as soon as it enters. And thank God. I mean, that's quite a blessing, but you can't take it with you. What do you take with you? The treasures you lay up in heaven. What is that? Things that you realize, the true awareness. That first we clarify our consciousness to clarity, and that's based on sincerity. The more sincere, the more clear. That takes self-honesty. Even though I always think I'm being completely honest with myself, I find out constantly that there's little tricks that the mind will play to lie to itself. And we got to be honest, because really, when you're being honest with yourself, if you're being honest to everyone, because everyone is you. It's all the I. So, yeah, we stick with it. And and we lay up our treasures in our heart and in our soul, right? And it's more than a goal. It's realizing what always already is here now. Now, you could say that. Some can't even say that. I've been doing this for, let's see, I'm 59 supposedly, right? And I heard the call first when I was 12. I went up and down, but pretty much since, very young age. Before that, I had some near-death experiences as a young child, and I met masters that I didn't even know who they were. I met Yeshua when I was 4, and then again later, and they're real, and they're here, and the truth is true, but the churches don't tell you that. The governments don't tell you that. The ancient teachings, the true masters do teach you that, but there are no shortcuts. Some people make it quicker than others. That's due to the work you've done before and your sincerity level. But we all have to do it sooner or later. And remember, those thoughts are just images in your mind. There's some great Zen paintings called the ox paintings, where the young man has to tame the ox. The ox is your mind. It's like 10 paintings. Look it up. It's awesome. It's a great metaphor for what meditation is all about. The Secret of the Golden Flower, the Thomas Cleary translation, if you've been practicing a long time, that can help you so much, especially with meditation. And remember, if you're getting sleepy, do it in the morning. Do it in a time when you're not going to fall asleep. Make the extra time for it, even if it's only a few minutes. It makes a huge difference. I've been doing it for a long time. Same with like your stretch, your yoga, your diet. You got to take care of yourself, or you're no good to others. But you also remember that the real energy is awareness, right? There's only one energy, one power, one awareness, one activity, one presence, right? One knowingness. And it's beyond thinking. And it's intrinsic. So, this light behind me, you see the shadows on my face and everything, that's not light. Light is clarity. Light is what seeing is. Seeing doesn't see light. Seeing is the light. See? It's tricky, right? Hearing, all the six senses, because intuition is one of your senses. When you spiritually discern the spiritual nature of the senses, there is a smell, there is a touch, there is a hearing. Oh man, it is creation itself. And remember, you're not the creature, right? You're the creator. You're the creative principle. And you don't need a creation, because what is always will be, and it's perfection, and there's no lapse from nor return to perfection. And you can do it. Like, look, don't get down on yourself. I had a lot of physical healings when I was a kid, but now that I get older, I've had to use the medical here and there, a lot less than most because of my laid up treasures, and healings and realizations of the past. I've beaten cancer 2 times just with surgery. I've had so many broken bones in the last few years. Didn't miss any work because of that. Until recently, I missed a little. And just one thing after another. It's great because the doctors get something out of it when they see that there's more to it than they think. And I've shown a couple of doctors, that there's more. So it's not about guilt. It's about where we're at in our awareness, and not causing more suffering, but eliminating suffering from our bodies and our minds and our lives and our world, our community, our friendships. No violent communication. We got to be honest with ourselves. If we're angry is really a bad thing. You got to look at that. Why would I be angry? I'm angry because I don't understand the deeper things and I'm suffering, right? Okay, but it's our responsibility to work through that. And there are still, we're fortunate, we still live in a time where the Dharma, where you can find the living word, you can find the truth, you can study, you can go to places and do retreats and practices and volunteers, and thank God the Tibetan Buddhists are here and the Zen. So now is the time. Don't waste your opportunity. This human life, I've said it in other videos, it's quite a precious gift. It doesn't seem like it, especially if you're really struggling. And there are people around the world right now really going through it, and it's not going to get easier. Doesn't look like. I'm not here to project or predict. It just appears that things are really crazy, but there's a lot of good people trying to do, to make a difference in a positive way. And you got to do your secret world work, your secret community work, your secret family work. It's important. When you have a meditation practice, it's not all about you. Everyone is you. It's about the I. And you have to do that practice to bring that harmony and give that harmony to all of the infiniverse, right? Don't let them tell you it's a multiverse. That's not true. It's an infiniverse, okay? It's much more than a multiverse, and it's one. There's only one number, infinite one, unity. It couldn't be if it wasn't. And remember, the physical only arises because the infinite invisible is already there. 2 times 2 equals 4 gives rise to all the other suggested hypnotic suggestions, images in thought, that say that they're the right answer, like 2 times 2 equals 5 or 1. They're not. It's like with music. Once you understand harmony and the principles and the rules of music, you also understand dissonance and inharmony and what works and what doesn't. Your ears get tuned to your heart, right? So your heart is a garden. It's also a book. It's also a sacred throne room, right? Your heart throne room. I've written poetry about it. So you guys, I'm not gonna make this too long. I hope some people see it. If you like it, please share. Trying to get this voice of comfort and assistance out there, because I care. Who knows how much longer we're gonna be here, and I just want to help as many as I can. These are my bonus days. I beat cancer twice, right? So, and much more. I'm not telling you everything. So yeah, we go through it. I was married 20 years. I went through a rough divorce, but you know what? Is that my identity? Or is that just an experience I had where I had an opportunity to love? Huh? Yeah, it's all on how deep we want to go. So thanks, everyone. Appreciate you being here. Love is you. And this old stoner surfer dude, he knows what he's talking about, and he doesn't know what he's talking about. But you can go in between and you can find the answers. And then you'll say, oh, I get it. Okay. I is we. Love is you. Remember, that mind of yours is a quantum holographic projector, but you can go way above that. Okay? Take responsibility. And you'll know. Okay, bye.